up top that allows these guys to really play aggressive.
Well, we're going to find out right now. Our second match, we've seen 3 teams, wow, 3 teams qualify now for North American LAN. Who will be the 4th? Is it going to be G2 or Denial? Best of 7. The last one was intense. I expect this one to be just exactly the same, as both teams will probably start off a little bit timid to figure out what their opponents are up to and then go full force. I hope to see that speed come out from G2. That good defensive gameplay come out from Denial. See if they can up that offense a little bit. As G2 already starting to quell off an attack here from Denial. They're trying to get that first goal. Sad, almost had a chance, but that Batmobile is going to push that a little bit to the side. That's going to leave Leth by himself in the back there. JKnaps reading that backboard pretty well. Leth had a good read on it too, but a team pinch shot towards the net. That would have been a way to start it off. It will get stopped out though by Denial.
Prime example of why you want Kronovi on that backfield, able to fly across in that rotation to make that crucial save. Those subtle touches are what make him so strong. As G2 tries to push this back in the other zone, he goes into the middle for a shot for Kronovi. Can they sneak it in? Oh, just barely missing out.
Just on the goal line, Rizzo tried to solidify that one himself, flying in from that flank. That's one thing we see G2 do good when they're on point. They have speed, they have passes, and they trust each other. See if that comes through here. Just a bit of a miss, almost a chance. Still 0-0 though, as Denial just holds off on that goal line on their own end. There's a shot though off the side. Hard to predict that one going in, but Sad Jr. is going to grab credit for that.
Fantastic job using the power of that Batmobile, just putting a car in the way. First touch, follows it up, and then another one off that side. 2 people on defense on that one, the 50-50 just right past.
It was hard to see, but it was actually the G2 guy contesting to put it in off his own wall there.
Yeah, pinched it, like when he made that contest, it pinched a little bit harder, and that last man back just not able to read it in time. Going back in, up by 1 with 3:20 left in game number 1.
Almost a second one. Leth is trying to put another one on. Very timid play coming out from G2 so far. We haven't seen incredible passing plays upfield that we're used to seeing. There's one though. Kronovi is a little bit too far forward to capitalize on that. And now Denial will have a chance to move this one back down the other way. Sad Jr. out of the play. I believe 2 of his teammates corrupted the first one on the goal line to defend against that attack from G2. Kind of just a straight, simple attack, though. Rizzo out of the play. He'll give Corrupted a little bit of time. He'll let Leth move in. He will get to that one before Kronovi. Kronovi got there a little bit late. Good second touch from Rizzo. Taking control and keeping possession of that. A steal away from Sad. It's Corrupted. Gonna finish another one. And Denial finds himself 2 goals into the lead with 2.5 minutes left into game number 1.
The last time these 2 teams played, it was a lot of Kronovi sitting back on defense and allowing Rizzo and JKnaps to move up and make plays. But they just look so scared. They're sitting back on defense with 2 people in net, and no one's doing anything.
There's a shot chance for Corrupted. He'll put it off the backboard instead. Kronovi with an easy backboard touch. We'll set that to Rizzo. Second backboard touch. Intercepted there, though, by Lethamir. A second touch as Kronovi tries to clear it. Rizzo almost gets it past Sad. Manages to get that big plank of wood in the way. Finally, G2 gets control down the other field. A missed touch from Kronovi. Tries to at least get a bump. Almost a chance for JKnaps as he tries to find the angle. See if that beast can wake soon. JKnaps, when he goes off, man, does he go off. We haven't seen that yet. 2 minutes left. Still down 2 goals. G2 looking to answer even that first one. Corrupted will wait back. He thought Kronovi would have a touch on that one. JKnaps forced to put that one across. Rizzo can't get to it in time. Corrupted. A pass to a teammate. What a stop, though, from JKnaps. Leth will finish it off. All 3 getting involved. Defense can't hold.
For a team that's been having issues on offense, it doesn't seem to be showing anywhere this game. One after another, this team of Denial flying in. And for JKnaps to make that initial save, there's still nobody back there to help him. Like, where is his team?
Well, you're absolutely right. I got to give credit. That was a great save from JKnaps to follow through, to be able to get the angle. Just put in enough boost to get that stop. But it wasn't enough, as you said, with a minute 30 left. Denial sitting comfortably into the lead. 3 goals ahead. Shouldn't be too hard to hold off right now, as the way G2's playing. They're not putting a lot of pressure on their own. Denial's having a lot of freedom on the field. G2 needs to set something up now. Air dribble from Kronovi. Actually tries for a pass across to JKnaps. That'll be a little bit too low there. Lethamyr will be able to clear that one away and intercept on JNAPS. Corrupted, a second touch himself as a miss coming up from JNAPS, uncharacteristic of G2, and a fourth goal goes in.
Corrupted G carrying through what was so strong about them in week 5. Just one goal after another. Even though the shot wasn't perfect, it was enough to draw that last defender out, and then the follow-up. Corrupted G is here to stay.
1 minute remaining now with 4 goals up. Denial sits in a very comfortable spot, but if you haven't noticed, it's only game number 1, and G2 is going to grab finally their first goal of this series. So they find themselves still trailing, though, by quite a bit.
Exactly what they need to do. That change in momentum right off the kickoff gives them an opportunity. The one pass touch, they get the 50-50, and then the follow-up immediately. JNAPS and Rizzo up on offense. We've been saying it all series. They need to get these guys involved early up front and then allow Kronovi to do what he does best, which is just be at the right place at the right time.
JNAPS and Rizzo getting a little confused on who should go for that one. There'll be a chance for all 3 Denial to try to make a play, but all 3 do absolutely nothing. As Kronovi sets one towards the net. No real play out of that one. Kronovi can get a turnaround, a shot here. Corrupted waiting for that. Good passing play. Rizzo gonna find that corner. No, just a little bit off. Lethamyr will be able to keep that one out. JNAPS a final shot. What a save! But a second one from JNAPS as he falls from the heavens above. 2 goals away with 30 seconds left.
The decision making for that pass was perfect. Kronovi had a shot on net, but there's people in defense. What does he do? He passes it to the middle to his teammate, lets him take a shot, and because of that, it forces his defense to make saves, put it in awkward positions, and then the follow-up. That's G2 we need to see.
That's a G2 we're starting to see again. This is only game number 1 in a best-of-7. Yeah, a long series. G2 could very much awaken coming into the rest of the series. 18 seconds left, still 2 goals down. Denial should be able to hold off on this one, as they're just trying to maintain control here, not committing too much to anything. Playing it very safe. 7 seconds left, 2 goals up. Denial, without a doubt, is going to grab game number 1. G2 eSports is going to have to look to the future.
Denial doing a fantastic job of really asserting dominance early on. Just coming in and sending pretty much no pressure. We saw it actually last series as well with Selfless, where they pretty much were just like, who needs defense? Let's just send everybody on offense, apply a ton of pressure, and it's paying off. But as we see G2 start to get settled, they recognize that, you know what, we can trust in each other, we can make these plays that we did at the beginning of the season, and let's see what we can do now.
13 shots total coming out from Denial, and I think if my math is right, 7 saves coming out from G2. There were a lot of great saves. A lot of missed touches, though. I mean, Kronovi with a couple touches off the wall. JNAPS a couple of mistakes on defense. They finally, as you said, started to get some passing plays near the middle of that game, grabbed themselves a couple of goals, and this could change the tides coming in the second one, but it's got to feel good for Denial. Grabbing the first game off of G2. They had a lot of room, and I feel like they're going to be suffocated a little bit out of that space coming into game number 2.
Yeah, it's a matter of Denial can keep up with that pressure. You talk about it a lot as well, that the team that loses initially the first game actually gets a little bit of a benefit.
Yeah.
They realize the mistakes that are plaguing them immediately. They're like, all right, we got beat up a lot on pressure. What was the reason for that? And then when you start scoring towards the end of it as well, it basically shows that you were right, that you were actually formulating a plan and that it is carrying over correctly. So for these guys to be able to score those last couple goals, they're like, all right, we just got to play a little bit more passive and wait for those mistakes, and then just make sure we capitalize on that pressure. And it worked out.
Well, we're going to find out. Game number 2 coming up, best of 7. We have 1 team yet to qualify for LAN. It'll be one of these 2 teams. One of these 2 teams are then going home. The road is over for Season 3. That 4th North American spot for the LA LAN. One of these 2. Denial sits 1 point in the series. G2 has a lot of games ahead of them to be able to pull it back, and that's the way to start it off. Incredible passing play in the box to Rizzo. They grabbed that first goal early on.
Fantastic setup again. JNAPS carrying that up the wall, and then as soon as it hits that peak where the ball starts to come off the wall, he jumps at it, pushes it out to his teammate, and then the duo that we need to see between these 2, Rizzo putting a beautiful shot back across, just makes it very difficult to read with that misdirection.
Left by himself, though, off a kickoff. We talked about it during that last series with Genesis and Selfless. Kickoffs can turn the tide. Look at that little air roll to the side. Just gets a beautiful amount of power off the Octane, the corner of the nose, to get it past that last defender.
Well, they're able to play that inside, and then just the weirdest contest I've ever seen from Kronovi. Not sure what he was going for there, but it should have bought his defender on the other side a little bit of time to read But Lethamyr going to take it into his own hands as he contests here. Rizzo plays it around, and the pressure coming from G2. A shot from JNaps, read by Corrupted G. Instead, Junior tries to clear this down with the help of Lethamyr.
It's going to feel good for Denial, though. They give up an early goal, but then they quickly grab it back. And they're back at even game now. Coming off a win, this feels good. You're in a good spot still. And with a strong defense like Denial, they should be able to hold off another attack here. JNaps tries. Once again, to get an air dribble in. By himself, he couldn't do it. Rizzo can't find a teammate. Kronovi sends that one back towards his own end to JNaps. Didn't get the touch he wanted. His whole team will have to rotate back down to defense. G2 struggling to get out of their own end as Denial puts some pressure on. They're sad. Doesn't get the second touch off Kronovi. Kronovi out of the play. Just tries to take out Lethamyr. Getting physical on the field. JNaps with Kronovi. Off the backboard, an easy stop from Corrupted. Rizzo might be over there to greet that one, though. There he is, 50-50. Kronovi a chance. Rizzo and him tried to get a pinch as a demo comes out. Saddle spawn right back in the right spot to be able to get that one cleared to midfield. Rizzo to greet that one. Kronovi sharking around midfield to leave JNaps on defense. Now we got a Rizzo-JNaps duo coming up onto offense. Scary spot for Denial. They'll take control that quickly, though.
A lot of the times you start to see these players just up and waiting on the wall. So what does Rizzo do? He's also waiting on the wall, but he bumps the player receiving the defense out of the way so he can pass it inside. These guys getting creative, trying to go to the next level when it comes to these plays. But a lot of back and forth, and these guys just not maintaining a mistake. What?
Kronovi! Not what's supposed to happen from the legend himself. A miss here. JNaps thought he had it, wasn't going for it, and a long shot.
Well, when that shot was put on target, he only had 11 boost. He was rotating back around, picks it up and brings him up to 23, but it's just not enough as he jumps up, trying to feather it so he can build himself some time. Just usually when you're trying to make a save like that, you feather your boost and just keep in the air as long as possible, just so you can react at that last second, but didn't have enough boost to make it happen.
That's where communication comes in. JNaps thought he had it, wasn't ready at all to make that kind of save. Sitting on the other side. That'll be a goal lead now for Denial. 2.5 minutes left. They grab the long shot. They're holding on pretty all right now. Taking advantage of every mistake that G2 is making. Lethamyr dive bombs that one from the top rope. Grabs himself a third goal.
Comes off the wall, hits it, and then just boosts directly straight down using the nose of his car. Doesn't even care if there's somebody in defense. Just pitches that off and puts power inside. Up by 2 with 2:18 left in game number 2. These guys doing their absolute best to make sure they're going to be the 4 team that makes it to the LAN.
And they're showing promise right now. G2 is having trouble formulating anything. All Denial has to do is capitalize on every single one of those mistakes, and they're doing exactly that. A lot of good plays coming up from them, though. They're putting a lot of good pressure on. You see every single one of them doing their job properly. Sad ops for boost instead of ball there. Takes out Corrupted. Lethamyr will rush in just to try to put a little pressure on, so Rizzo couldn't capitalize on the defensive flub. Sad with a backboard touch. Kronovi does get a little bit of it. Not enough off the bottom corner. Corrupted sinks a fourth. And wow, Denial is starting to extend this lead.
You see Rizzo just not sure what to do yet again. He rotates back after making that contest to the side, and it just throws away possession. They come in, one shot after another, and then the demo as well. Like, it's just so sloppy of play, to be completely honest. And kudos to Denial. They're taking full advantage of it.
You gotta. That's all you have to do at this point. Take advantage, get the goals. You grab yourself a spot. Doesn't matter how you get it at this point. And Denial is looking like they might get it unless G2 amps it up a little bit. They started to connect with some of these passes, and that's what we need to see. A little more of those. Denial plays it slow right now. They don't have to do much. They're 3 goals ahead with 1:15 left. G2's the one that has to start giving them some answers. Second touch there is going to throw Kronovi off. Sad Jr. moves up for that cherry pick. Rizzo intercepts that. JNaps down the other end. Kronovi a little bit too behind that one. Rizzo actually sends that one out to an opponent. JNaps was forced to get in the way of that. 50 seconds left now. 3 goals down, and you see Denial just holding off attacks. They don't have to really force anything out of these plays now.
Well, a lot of times you see in like 1v1 games, is when you're rotating back for boost, rather than just gifting away the possession, you make a soft little chip or tap, and it plays it in a difficult spot. And you see them doing this on Denial really well. Anytime they're rotating back, even if they're giving away possession, they're making a soft little tap, buying themselves time, and then able to come back with that full pressure. You see all three of them just hunting it. Like, this ball is theirs. Like, they're not allowing G2 to do anything.
Rizzo trying to get something happening here. Kronovi might finally have a chance. He'll go flying past the ball, gets it past Corrupted. Rizzo will move on to that one. Can't get it as Corrupted does recover in time. 6 seconds left, 3 goals down. Denial is going to grab game at number 2 to put themselves 2-0 in the series against G2 eSports. This is a very dire situation for G2 now. 2 more games. This is a best of 7. 2 more games for Denial will find themselves at match point. We saw our last series actually end up in a full sweep, 4-0 for Selfless. Is the same thing going to happen for Denial? G2 needs to fix some things up here.
Well, a lot can happen in a best of 7. So many games still having to come out, but for Denial being genuinely a pretty defensive team, they're not looking like it. The offense is coming alive. And even though Sad Jr. has been a player that's always kind of sat back and been quiet this season, he's getting involved in ways that count the most.
Yep.
These subtle little touches just to make sure they maintain that possession or maintain that pressure is paying dividends for them.
Yeah, you can see I mean, again, it's a spark. You can see it in Sad Jr. He wants this, and he wants this bad. 3 times the land is something that he is definitely to look forward to. And right now they're sitting up 2-0 in the series. G2 is having to answer this. They made a lot of things to fix up, really. Honestly, Rizzo's one of the only ones that I've seen make some really good moves. He's connecting with passes that are sent to him, but a lot of the passes aren't coming out. And right now, it's JNaps and Kronovi that are whiffing on way more than I'd really expect them to.
Yeah, a lot of whiffs, like you said, but a lot of it does have to do with, like, G2's in more so in the aspect of, like, why Rizzo looks like the way he is because he's being forced to make some of these touches. Like, they're all retreating back from boost as the ball is also going towards our own net at the same time. And Rizzo's like, well, if we don't do anything, we're in big trouble. And it's good decision-making on his part to just cut across and go for a 50-50, simply to buy his teammates time to get boost on back so they can make those crucial saves. But when it breaks down, like, it's putting them in such a rough position. They need to switch it around.
We're going to find out right now if Denial is going to set themselves at match point. Game number 3. Denial looking to grab themselves a land spot. Loser of the series is going home. Grab a little bit of cash on the way out, but that's not what you want. It's all for the glory. Denial 2 up right now. Looking pretty comfortable to head themselves into the LA land, grabbing that 4th land spot. G2 looking to make some answers now in game number 3. JNaps up on offense with Rizzo. Out to the front, Kronovi backed off, seeing that Leth was going to steal that one away. Approaches that one at not the safest time, and Leth gets a flicked over. Corrupted just trying to get boost. JNaps up in the air, playing it slow. We've seen Pashy do that. JNaps tried himself. A little fake there in front of the net. Kronovi gets in the way. Rizzo tries to give it to Kronovi, but he gets a little bit too anxious on the ball. Lethemir will be able to force his way through. Down in front of the net, a shot for Corrupted. Stopped by JNaps. We'll keep that one to the side. As finally another chance, Kronovi with possession. Rizzo ready for the pass. He'll just put it on target. Follow up from JNaps. G2 grabs the lead.
Despite JNaps being the big setup player for this team with the most assists on the team and in the league for NA, switching roles a little bit. Kronovi getting involved, and that's fantastic. When Kronovi plays confident, good things happen. Getting him involved, great pass play coming out, and then the follow-up. This is a step in the right direction for G2.
Well, it's not only confidence in himself, confidence in his teammates. To not intercept anything that your teammates are already on. As long as they can keep that up, G2 should find themselves in a good spot. 1-goal lead. See if they can extend it here with a passing play. A rocket off the backboard. Follow up from Kronovi. That's going to go back into the slot. Corrupted will be the one to meet that one, though. Lethemir says Kronovi, wrong end, go back. As Denial tries to make a breakout chance here. Leth keeps that one to the ground at the Octane. Gets a second touch. Rizzo bodies him out of the way, though. Sad into the corner. These small touches you were talking about. We'll see him get another one, a miss there. Off the wall. Slow play in the corner. Got to be very careful because any kind of fast touch can throw everybody off guard there. JNaps did play it smart. Lets that one roll slowly towards the Denial end. So they almost get a chance.
Well, that's what G2 does so well. We saw it very much so at the beginning of the season, where they just let the other team make mistakes. And that was exactly that. Rather go up and waste your presence with a touch, they sit back, they wait for that touch, and then they attack. That's what G2 did so well. That's what put them ahead so quickly in the season, and it's kind of fallen off.
Not only saying G2 wasn't playing to the top, but right now, Denial. A lot of the touches they're making, especially Lethamyr. This guy is going off on the field. Always in the play, always involved. Very efficient to the ball. Good passing play here from Corrupted to Sad. That'll keep them possession. Sad puts it to the corner, but might be out of boost. They'll try to at least just shadow. All three committed. Sad better be back for boost as a passing play comes out from G2. Almost an incredible play as all three get involved. JNaps from that flank does get stopped out by a defender.
Those pass plays are the ones that you are afraid of. Seeing that one quick touch back and forth, they are lucky that someone just happened to be sitting there because that was not a calculated save.
Corrupted! Gee, what a shot to tie things up. Upside down, doesn't matter. He puts it away.
Unfortunately, JNops did not see that defender there. He tried to pass this to his teammate, but it's read by Denial. Played right back inside, and then that touchdown. Tying it up with 2 minutes left in game number 3.
He's talked about being afraid of the things G2's doing. Well, G2 needs to be afraid of some of the things that Denial's doing, especially when they're like that. A lot of good solo plays coming up from all these players. As I said before, Lethamyr, a lot of great plays to push that on offense, being the spark they need. And there's Corrupted to finish one off. All tied up now with 1:40 left. G2 trying to grab themselves a lead back. We've seen Denial win by quite a lead each time. The goal difference very much in their favor, but today, as G2 grabs the lead, only been by 1 goal, and an answer for Denial. You need to have that cushion. G2 just couldn't find it. 1:20 left. They find themselves back onto defense as Denial creates an attack. 2 defenders, Sad and Corrupted, will wait for that play from G2. Ping pong as both teams try to find the possession they need to get a play started up on an offense. Rizzo off the backboard. We've seen him make those shots. No finish there. JNaps tries to connect himself. Kronovi the midfield pressure. JNaps the quick turnaround. This could be a play for them right now, but a 50-50 goes in the favor of Corrupted as that heads back down to the other side. Still tied up. 47 seconds left. Denial putting the work in right now. A little bit too far. Corrupted isn't able to create anything out of that. G2 will have a chance to break down towards the Denial end.
Kronovi going for some really weird contests. He boosted from side. What?
Didn't even expect that one to go in. JNaps apparently did, though, as he finds the only spot that probably could, as there was a defender in net. Oh, the wrong way spin from Corrupted.
A lot of it had to do as well with that initial touch from Leth. Coming from across the car, he taps it backwards and kills it right in the middle of the field. None of his teammates are there to make the touch. JNaps taking full advantage of it. And then, like you said, that defender facing the wrong way. Could this be another one for Kronovi?
Oh, it will be. And, well, I mean, Denial, we just talked about it, had an extensive lead, and now G2 is starting to build that on. With 25 seconds left, they look like they're going to be able to grab themselves a win in the series and start this momentous climb back.
Well, that's the difficulty when G2 starts to play confident. You saw it there with Rizzo. No hesitation up on offense, just contested immediately, and it sets up that entire play for his team. Oh,
another shot.
One.
There it is, a fourth. 18 seconds left. Denial falls apart in the last 30 seconds as we might see the awakening of the beast. Well, all of G2, but JNaps as well.
Well, that's what we saw the first time with these guys had a reverse sweep. Obviously not possible for a reverse sweep this time because we're in 7. But JNaps really stepped up. He's always been a pass play. This team has been a very big pass team. But yet, when those individual players step up, it's part of the reason why Kronovi picked them in the first place. Both Rizzo and JNaps have this insane potential to just have the ability to come out of nowhere. JNaps was able to do it in that first reverse sweep. We saw them at the beginning of the season, and we see them starting to warm up here. Game number 3 going to G2 in this best of 7, trying to make sure they win this game and get themselves a spot at LAN.
It will not be a full sweep like we saw in our first series. G2 grabbing a point, as you just mentioned, against Denial. Denial winning the first 2 around 4-1 each time, and now it's G2's turn. They seem to be ready to go, and this is what I was looking for. I want to see it full. I want game 7. I want a 20-minute over, maybe not 20 minutes, but a long overtime.
Please no.
I want this to go to the end. We have, again, Kronovi, Sad Jr., former teammates, playing against each other right now with the teams that they built around them. And honestly, this is going to be some good Rocket League as long as G2 can start this momentum build, and they're starting it.
Well, the beauty of league play altogether is you see how teams change throughout the season. G2 started super strong, started slowing down a little bit. Now they're trying to find that pace again as they go into, the regionals. Can they make it all the way to LAN? As for Denial, it was the opposite. A team that was very defensive, had a ton of issues with shooting accuracy, and now this offense over the past 3 weeks has just been phenomenal. And it's fantastic to see how these guys really have to battle that to make sure that it really comes down to just one series. Like, it's unbelievable these guys are putting on a clinic for us.
Well, I'm ready to see this next one as G2 just grabbed the point in the series. This might be the start of something great. We'll see if Denial can hold onto this lead. They are up 2-1 in the series. It's a best of 7. You need 4 wins total, but both these teams fighting for a LAN spot right now. 1 spot remains. Denial with the lead, hoping to hold on and extend that. G2 looking to make that climb back, grab themselves a couple in a row here. One of these guys going home, and I know another one of them wants to be that team. 15 seconds in. No early goal on this one. We've seen a few early goals in both these series we've seen today. But not this time. Rizzo trying to set a play up. He'll back off. Trying to go for a weird read on that as Corrupted sends that to the far side. Leth, a slow play here. JNaps will steal that away. Rizzo was upfield, but he'll need that midfield boost before he does anything. Kronovi hoping for the miss from Corrupted. That won't happen. All 3 Denial players on point today. Good passing play. Corrupted not enough power to put that one on target. Kronovi will have a chance to send that one away, but gives it over to Lethemir instead. He misses the shot. Hard shot to make when you're getting a power shot from Kronovi off defense like that.
These guys really need boost on G2.
Yeah, no, I mean, we've seen it for quite a bit of time now. And I think that's something that Denial's doing pretty good. Even again, you just saw it on the far side. Another boost steal, and G2 is going to be stuck on their own end for quite some time. To get enough power to clear that with no boost is a difficult task at that.
Super difficult, and Denial's not making it any easier as the pressure coming through, shutting these guys down. But another shot on. You're going to see Kronovi try to go for a flick, but Sad Jr. almost getting a pinch back out to mid, but a big mistake coming out. Here comes the pressure from Denial.
Almost a chance there. Sad tried to get that one to Corrupted. Kronovi finally with a chance, maybe the other way, not quite. What I like to see, though, is they're starting to get some passes to Rizzo. You give a pass to Rizzo, he'll put that one on target, no matter what direction he's facing. Allow Kronovi and JNaps to get those plays started up. This could be one here. JNaps off the roof, gets the underside touch to slow things down. Will be greeted by Denial. Again, strong offense from them. They'll be able to keep this at base. So looking pretty strong. Both Leth and Corrupted there. Sad moves that down the other way to Leth. A missed shot. Couple missed shots now from Denial. They've had a few chances. Just a couple shots off target. Sparing G2, couple goals. See if they can make anything out of this one and start to turn it around for some chances of their own. G2 now stuck on their own end. JNaps, a follow-up, does give it away to Denial. Missed read there from Sad, but Corrupted's not done with the play yet. Puts another one on target. Kronovi up to stop that one, but so was JNaps to see if they can resituate themselves. Finally, a hard clear. Good job from JNaps. That'll buy him a little bit of time. Sad tries to get a hard clear himself back.
Actually, a really good decision by Denial. We talk about how you want to maintain possession, but realizing that these guys were struggling on that back end and clearing out as quick as possible, Denial puts it right back in and reapplies that pressure, hopefully before they can get the boost. But G2 doing a good job holding it off. All boosted back up.
2 minutes left, and we have 0 goals so far. Both Denial and G2 struggling to put one on target here. G2 trying to get the play started, and just Denial struggling for the accuracy. We don't have the strongest offense. JNaps' accuracy, though. He'll put the first one in. 2 minutes left. Potentially one of the few goals we're going to see this entire game.
There's that trust coming in. JNaps with a soft little cheeky touch to play that up to his teammate who is checking back to him. Rizzo recognizes that he's moving back inside, and then a quick give and go, and that shot placement, far post, no one's going to save that one. And G2 back on top in this game, number 4, trying to make sure they can climb back and be that mountain you were talking about earlier.
Well, do not count Denial out yet, although if G2 starts doing this, Kronovi reads that double tap off the backboard as he gets the pass from JNaps. That's an incredible shot.
Like you talk about, we see Jacob been doing it like he's coming from their side against the body of the ball and then putting it back in. To read that off the wall while going the opposite direction, are you kidding me, Kronovi?
That's exactly it, too. You're reading it off a backboard bounce. Incredible shot from Kronovi. G2 extending the lead 2-0. These are the fun players we like to see. See if that continues throughout the series. Denial is up 2-1. That could be a tied series, though, if G2 holds on to this lead for the last minute 20. Kronovi gives that one out to JNaps. He'll back off instead, though. Rizzo trying to get up for a read. Maybe preemptively for a shot from Corrupted, but it went way high. Corrupt will miss that one. Leth has to get a good touch on this. You got all G2 members moving forward, ready for an attack. Sad sends that one back. Kronovi gets in the way of two of those shots. Lethamir out of the play now. Now we see G2 starting to get a lot of the touches we're expecting them to make in those first two games. Sad tries to get a pass off that corner to Corrupted. He'll miss that one. All three up there. Very dangerous spot. Thankfully for them, Rizzo hadn't rotated back yet. Wasn't able to create a counterattack. Denial has 36 seconds left to grab 2 goals. Otherwise, they're going to give away a point to G2. We'll have a tied series, 2-2. Here's a chance. Passing play, the Sad, a rocket. Stopped out by Rizzo. Lethamir off the wall. With Sad, good passing play to midfield. Corrupted can't get the angle he wanted, and Rizzo just patiently waiting, sitting up there on that backboard. All they have to do is hold off for 10 more seconds. It is getting a little cramped in that spot, though. Blue Line looking a little crowded. They do finally manage to break it out. With 4 seconds left, 2 goals are not going to happen. G2 going to grab another point. This could be the climb back they were looking for. All tied up in the series, 2-2.
For G2 to hold off that offense for so long, every single time they went out to midfield, it was immediately played right back in by Denial. And that's what we talk about midfield defense, not allowing shots to happen in the first place. Unfortunately for them, G2 already snuck 2 in earlier on, and then able to close it out. That defense looking strong, something that G2 normally wasn't getting credited enough for. We always talked about their infield pass play, the offense prowess from Rizzo and JNaps, but that defense able to hold off for that long, well played.
Well, that's true. I mean, we talked about a good defense from Denial, though. The issue is the offense is struggling a little bit. I mean, they're getting shots on net. They're just not creating plays out of it. Now that you have a team like G2 creating passing plays on the offense, watching each other even on the defense, and able to move that ball around without you even getting near it, that's trouble for Denial. Denial has to find a way to do that themselves. Once they get possession, not just give it away and try on the solo plays anymore, they have to look for each other. We saw that happening back in the first series with Genesis and Selfless. Look for your teammates, connect with the passes, get the play started, because G2 is doing that, and that's what's going to set Denial in the ground. Yeah,
it's getting more and more difficult. Easiest ways to stop that from happening in the first place, obviously the thing that we love to see the most is tactical bumps. Seeing these guys get pretty much aggressive, get in the face of these guys. That physicality basically is taking someone completely out of the rotation, it's opening up options, and it just completely throws off what you're setting up in the first place. When you have a team that is very controlled in their playstyle like that, it completely throws it away and makes it very difficult.
All tied up in the series now, G2 versus Denial. Game number 5. Winner of this one will set themselves at match point to go to LAN. One of these teams are going home. And right now, it's anybody's game. Denial looking super strong. Every single one of those guys. Great solo plays. Kronovi's got his own, though, as he gets a flick towards the net. JNaps trying to set up a play for his teammates. Left misses that. Corrupted will have to set that forward, but that sets all 3 of Denial forward somehow. It works out. Sad gets one final touch to put it into the net. An early goal 30 seconds in.
You want to talk about misdirection? Like everybody just flipping all over the place, jumping past the ball. No one knows who's going to hit it. So Sad just goes, I'm going to land on it. I'm just going to pancake it and put it in the net.
I mean, it was good because he did have a defender coming in there, and he slowed down the shot, psyching out that defender, thinking the shot was going to come in, and just sets it low, as you said. Early pancake goal, almost a second drop there, shot there from Lethamir.
Is that the technical term we're going with now? Pancake goal?
The pancake goal. Just flop onto the ball and hope it goes in.
Just slap it around a little? Yeah.
We'll have to write that one in the rule book.
Please don't.
Denial now trying to get another goal as they move past the midfield. 1 minute in. They have the first goal. G2 is starting to look pretty strong on the field. We'll see if they can answer back with some plays of their own. Kronovi out to JNaps. He'll be off on that touch. Corrupted all alone on the offense. Tries to get the angle. Kronovi does manage to make that one back in time. The hustle on the boy gets him there. Now Rizzo. Kronovi has to communicate who's going to touch that one. They do. Kronovi gets it towards the net, but JNaps Rizzo will wait back to try to create a shot off of Sad Jr. He can't get it in time. We're all tied up.
Clear coming out from Sad Jr. wasn't enough, even though he played it up to left. Let's just had too soft of a touch. But originally when they were debating on who should take that shot, he actually bumped the player out, and then he hit his teammate. Like, he shot it at his teammate's back of his car, and that's what cleared it up. It was like, it wasn't even a pinch. It was just super weird. It worked out.
Smart play. I mean, look who you're talking about. It's Kronovi.
It's always calculated, right?
Always calculated. There's another shot calculated off the post. Kronovi finds another one, grabs their lead right back into their hands.
Again, big mistakes coming out as these guys get pressured on denial. They're notorious for just making these soft touches to get rid of it. They're under pressure, and he does it again. That clear just nowhere. It's right into the middle of the field and easily capitalized by G2.
Minute 30 in now, G2 grabs the lead. Denial did have the first goal. I don't expect that to be their last. Passing plays though, this is what we talked about, G2 trying to get one into the box. That'll go back down the other end as Corrupted tries to create a counterattack. It's not over yet. Sad Jr. sends that rocketing towards the corner. Rizzo getting bumped out of the way. Kronovi will be forced to get that to JNaps. Nice clear, smart play. Good correction there as Rizzo had getting bumped out of the way. That might drop in not the best spot. Lethamir trying for a shot. Good follow through from Rizzo though, or sorry, JNaps. As he gets that flip off the wall. Vertical momentum cancel. Rizzo takes this one low. Passing play out to a teammate, but it was Corrupted that's gonna grab it. JNaps can't get to it in time, and now we have a tie game again.
Rizzo trying to slow this one down a little bit, but forcing that, just lost possession, and rather than just letting it roll towards the defender, he jumps up and tries to push that inside to his teammate. But Red easily yet again by denial, able to get up and tie this back up. We're at game 5 in this series. Next win, putting this team on, putting the team on match point, trying to get into the LAN, the last team to qualify.
Yeah, well, with 2.5 minutes left, as you said, one goal really separates match point. Best of 7, not the 5s we're used to during league play. Everything's on the line. After this one, 2.5 minutes. Sorry, 2 minutes approaching now. Denial tries to create an early attack. It's all tied up. G2 starting to get those scary passing plays started up, but Denial's adapted pretty nicely themselves. Starting to connect with some good passing plays of their own, or at least watching their teammates' touches and following up on them. That's going to go up front there. Chance for left, grabs the angle, the only angle he could. That last defender from G2 thought they were safe. Not quite, son. 3-2 now for Denial.
Corrupted G doing a fantastic job coming off that back wall. Puts the pressure out and forces Rizzo to make a last-ditch touch, but because he hits it with the underside of his car, it is a super light hit. Plays back in the middle, and then just none of these clears coming out. None of the power able to get to it. A lot of it had to do with lack of boost as well. But Denial yet again coming in a Rizzo demo back inside of Kronovi. What?
Those are those physical plays you were talking about in the break there that G2 needed to do. They grabbed themselves a goal from it because of this demo. Denial's defense in disarray as Kronovi's able to find one off of a pass from his teammate Rizzo.
That demo initially then played right back in. Actually, Lethamir had a touch on it, doesn't do anything with it though as it bounces back inside on his own net. But literally wasting no time to tie it back up. A battle is what you wanted, and it's what we're getting.
I mean, back and forth. It's not one team grabbing the lead and then holding it. It's literally back and forth. This is as close as it can get. Tied up in the series 2-2. One of these teams looking for a land spot. One of them gonna go home. 3-3 now with the final minute remaining in game number 5. This is a best of 7. This will set one of the teams at match point. Whoever grabs the win on this. Good touch from Lethamir as Corrupted moves it down. That will be a possession giveaway. As Rizzo will take this one short down the wall, but Corrupted got the boost, I think. There's going to be a second one from him as he tries to set that back into the slot. Leth will wait patiently as he watches the defense from G2. Set that one to the corner. A miss there. Corrupted tries to send it to a teammate. JNaps will steal it away instead. Trying for the demo. Lethamir is a little bit short on that one. Just tries to tie up JNaps instead, so we can't get a pass out to Kronovi. Kronovi will flop around on that one, but he does finally get a touch off the backboard. 30 seconds left now. Corrupted moving down the other way. No block for him. Lethamir will finish off the clear on that one. Rizzo to bounce shot over Leth. He tries to get in the way of Rizzo, but he jumps over and takes out Sad Jr. That opens up a chance for JNaps to get it to Rizzo. No finish on the passing play. What a smart play from G2, though. They need more of that, but they're still tied up, and a counterattack chance for Denial will die out at midfield. They're both on their own, and they've got to make sure they don't get desperate and send too many people, or G2 will have another chance. JNaps is probably going to want to set this one down as Denial was on the attack. Chance for Sad. Misses that one, sends that way too far to the side, and JNaps trying to kill this one. Corrupted keeps it alive. Leth will not be able to get to that, and Rizzo will drop it for an overtime. Game number 5. G2, Denial, all tied up.
A couple times I thought we were going to see it just settle down as it was on one team's end, rather than trying to play it all the way down on the other field, but these guys not leaving it a chance, trying to end it in regulation as another shot packing the box. Denial makes a save.
G2 starting to look a little bit scary here. Denial, you have to watch out. Shot just missing that far corner there from Kronovi. Denial needs to create counterattack. Watch for those opportunities. There it is. One end to the other. Sad Jr. to finish it off again. It is up there for the cherry pick shot as Leth sends it to him. Not cherry pick, but connects with the pass forward.
Oh my goodness, for them to play that on the other side of the field. You talked about it, a quick counterattack, one pass play to another, and then full length. What a play and what a counterattack.
So, I mean, both sides of these guys are looking scary. G2 finally has found a bit of their momentum. Their passion for passes is starting to come out, and they're starting to get some incredibly scary plays on the offense in Denial's end. The issue they have to watch out for, though, is Denial, with a strong defense, is simply watching out for those one little chance. Just like we saw, the chance to break up for a counterattack, find the hole, find when G2's pushed up too much, and move the ball the other end for a goal.
Yeah, a lot of it has to do with how this meta basically for Season 3 really works, is a lot of people are now, rather than forcing stuff to happen, is they are sitting there waiting for a play to happen. After that play happens, it draws out somebody on offense. They're then able to counterattack, and they're counterattacking with like a breakaway. What's the word? Cocky term. If someone goes in the penalty box, they've got more people than the other people.
Oh, it's a power
play? Yeah, is that it? Okay.
I'm trying to figure out where you're going.
What is it? But it's a power play. They've got more people on offense than the defense, and because that, the numbers advantage, they get a goal.
Yeah, exactly that. Sad Jr.'s found himself a couple times now.
Why could I not think of that?
Brain farting, you know, it happens.
Hockey's hard, man.
So the Sad Jr., we've seen him on the offense a couple times like that. I mean, he did that original pancake shot, and now connects with a pass from Lethamyr. I think it was off the wall there. Lethamyr has been a spark for the offense right now. Lethamyr has been going off. Whether it's by himself, whether it's a passing play, hard clear, Lethamyr has been doing a very good job of allowing Denial to move onto the offense. And I really like what Denial's doing right now. We literally just talked about it, but I got to kind of reiterate. They're playing a strong defense. They never look out of sorts. The one time they were out of sorts was because of a demo, and that was because G2 forced that out of sortsness for, we're going to make words up here, I'm Carpet, and it forced that, and Kronovi was able to get a goal out of it. Other than that, they look really strong on defense. They're holding themselves together. The composure is great. They're finding the counterattack chance, moving it down the field. G2, though, again, in that last bit of that series there, or that game there, started to look super strong. Started to really get those passing plays we expect out of G2, and that's scary coming to this next one. But we now have Denial at match point. Denial is one game away. One game away.
That's all it
from
takes.
Getting themselves into LAN, and G2 looking to be eliminated.
Well, the dangerous part about this is, like, we have so many times where there's teams that finally have the ability to basically put this in their own hands. It is literally up to them, rather than leaving it to other teams, like coming in through circumstance or something like that. These guys finally were a team that we didn't even think were possibly going to make top 6, are now a game away to get to the LAN. Like, it's all or nothing right now for them. And as for G2, a team that has had 3 separate chances to make it to the LAN and is now relying on, like, the ability to win 2 more games in a row. Like, G2 is basically, if I'm correct, and I'm almost positive on this, they've played 3 separate teams 3 separate times to make it into LAN, and they've failed all 3 of those. This is the 4th time against a 4th different team.
That's so rough. I mean, again, you're right. Kronovi missing out on LAN last season in Season 2. You know that he wants this, and he's got a lot of fans that want this as well. Both these teams have a lot of fans right now, and both these teams need your energy. You got to give it to them. Make sure you're doing that in the chat. Give them the energy.
RLCS, capital R, NRG. And capital N, capital R, capital G. I know what I'm talking about, kind of. Sorry.
Sometimes. But we have potentially one more game now. G2 looked pretty strong at that last little bit. Do you think that's going to carry over? I know we don't want to make predictions right now, but do you think they'll be able to take this into a game number 7?
Well, I mean, a lot of it has to do with G2 applying the pace that they like to play. When they play confident, you see Rizzo making contests. He's not pigeonholed on that back line on defense, basically being a waste. When Kronovi's flying in and making those last-second saves, that means that these guys are applying pressure and that they're rotating perfectly, to be completely honest. When you're there at that right moment to clear it up and then transition back. And there's a lot of times when you see Rizzo is actually sitting up top instead to hopefully allow for that to happen. It's just Denial shutting it down. Those soft reads, like a couple of these pass plays have just been forced. And if they clean that up, you saw what can happen. When they're forcing the defense to make those saves, when they're making demos happen, they can. And when you have Kronovi on your team, of course they have a chance. It's just a matter of can they put it into play. And so far, we've seen a little bit of both.
Well, let's not put all the weight onto Kronovi. Both of his teammates are really, really, really good. They're good. We have a Rizzo and JNaps. JNaps, just a beast. And you give the ball to Rizzo, he can take a shot. He can take a shot, and it'll be on target and likely go into the net. But you're against a team that has a fairly good defense. Denial. That was really the end of my sentence.
Denial,
it was really awkward.
Denial. Can they do it? Are they going to deny G2? Is that what you wanted?
We'll find out right now. Game number 6. Will G2 be able to bring this to a game number 7 as they grab the first early goal?
What a shot coming in. Just Corrupted back on defense. He's like, all right, I'm going to make a save. I'm ready. Oh, gosh. No, I'm not.
Well, there it is. That's the way to start it. As I was saying, one more game come out of this. Denial is at match point to go to land, to knock down the mountain. We'll say goodbye-bye to G2, but they're not done playing yet. One goal early on in. We'll see if they can hold this on or extend it. They're trying right now as they're on offense. Corrupted. We'll be able to take that away. At midfield, Sad looking like he's out of boost, just tries to get in the way. Contest that to Rizzo. He did. Denial trying to answer with a goal of their own. Only the first minute in. They got lots of time to be able to bring this one back. I'm sure G2 isn't going to make it easy. Passing plays here. Rizzo tries to get one in the midfield. A hard shot from Corrupted. Stopped out by JNaps. Good passing play there to left. He'll miss that. Sad will finish it off, though. Tries to find the bottom corner. Rizzo, good patience on the goal line. Will be able to stop that one. To the side, but now Sad Jr. a shot of his own off the post. Just a little bit too short of a shot. They'll have to try again, but Denial doing a really good job of keeping that pressure on. They have to watch now as G2 makes a clear down that other way, trying to get a counterattack of their own. Corrupted, not really sending that anywhere. JNaps will find that off the wall. Kronovi, Rizzo ready to create an attack. Sad Jr. with the intercept, sends that one flying back down the other end. No possession though, they give it away. Kronovi trying for a nice little montage shot off the wall there himself. Corrupted needs to keep possession of this, putting it on offense and then just leaving it. Having 0 forecheck isn't how you get goals. And G2 will just send that one right back down into your own end. They might be able to get a shot here. Kronovi a little bit off. JNaps to send it right back. Sat getting on the right side of it, but misses it. Corrupted, last defender, keeps that one away. Now a chance for a counterattack for Denial, but once again giving away possession. G2 will have another chance to send that right back down towards the net of Denial. So we seem to see a lot of repeat moves going on right now. Denial can't get possession of it. Should be an easy shot for Kronovi, and it is. The defense for Denial goes blah, blah.
That's probably the best explanation I've ever heard of whatever that was. Blah, blah, blah. Like, for them to be in defense, it just, they looked confused on who was supposed to take the hit on the rotation, and the answer was literally any of you. And none of that happened.
And that'll be a goal extend now for G2. 2.5 minutes left. They're trying to bring us to game 7. Kronovi trying for the read. Gets the touch. Probably not the best one that he wanted, though, but at least it is on offense. Left Hart clears that one. Once again, no possession. Corrupted tried to create something out of it. Sad to follow up. Can't get the touch. Out of boost. All he could do is follow and watch it. Rocket from Corrupted. Would have been a Bardowski, but that will get stopped out by Rizzo as he steals that one away. JNaps Rizzo, or sorry, Kronovi Rizzo onto offense. One defender. JNaps might be able to get a shot himself there. Sends that way too far to the other end. Rizzo was in no place to redirect that one towards the net. Slow play from Kronovi. Beats Lethemir, but not Corrupted. Sad Jr. resituates himself in net. Kronovi and him played a little bit of a kissing game in net. And JNaps will be able to roll it along that top bar and just set her in nicely.
This is what makes G2 so good. The ability to make all these pass plays, but then the solo plays from each one of their players. JKnaps gets up and then follows that perfectly across the bar, but with not too much power to where it pinches out, he taps it back inside, up by 3.
We're going to give credit to being a little bit of a nuisance of Sad in the goal there. A turnaround from left, just a little bit off. What a great shot. Had it been on target, had the power it needed, just not the accuracy. Kronovi down to Rizzo. Both the JKnaps and him go in. Counterattack chance. Lethamyr and Sad, but Kronovi intercepts that one quickly before Sad could get any kind of control on top of the Batmobile. Dribbling is not the easiest with the flat cars. Had it been Octane, might have been able to flick that one past Kronovi, but he can't. There's Corrupted trying to set up a play now.
Well, kudos definitely goes to G2 on that one. You saw how quickly Kronovi attacked that. As soon as he tried to pop that up and go for a flick, he gets immediately contested for a 50-50 and shuts it down because that flick had a defender right in the middle as Corrupted G gets caught out.
Yeah, as you just said, Kronovi finds Corrupted G, not in the most ideal situation, a pass to himself, and a 4th goal. 1 minute remaining, G2 is looking alive. 4-0 Denial's yet to get a goal in game number 6. And I can almost certainly say I'm probably getting my wish. Game number 7.
Well, it's unfortunate as these guys... Oh, what? Okay. No, maybe not. I thought Rizzo was going to be able to pinch that one in. But it's unfortunate because a lot of those touches have to do with small mistakes. Lethamyr actually was going for that 50-50, and it looked like Corrupted G was sitting back waiting for him to get that so he could move up. But because it ended up going past, he gets caught out. I actually just found out as well, last game, the one that Denial won, Sad Jr.'s controller actually disconnected and he had to play KBM for a bit.
Oh my goodness.
And they finished out and won that game.
And they won it?
It might be the explanation as to why he's a lot more aggressive this game than he was last game.
That's a little bit insult to injury on that one, G2. How do you feel about that? Well, this is how they feel. 4-0, 20 seconds left. Denial is at match point, but with 20 seconds, 4 goals, not looking likely. We're going to go to a game number 7, G2. Starting to look awake, and Denial has to be careful. They've been giving away a lot of chances, just giving possession over to G2. And when you do that, G2 knows how to keep possession, and they're going to score off of it. 0 seconds left. Game number 7. Last land spot. G2 versus Denial. This is as tense as it could get.
Just like you stated, last land spot up for grabs. Denial, this team that was barely able to make 6. G2, a team that has had 3 separate chances against 3 separate teams to make it, and it all comes down to this next game.
Starting to get goosebumps. I love this. As much as we need to change the rules of RLCS so that everyone can win, because I love to see every one of these guys win. All these players are great.
A lot of games.
The community is amazing, but someone has to go home. This next match will decide who that is and who gets to move on to that 4th spot for North America. G2 or Denial. Incredible storylines going on. I mean, Sad Jr., 2 lands, looking for his 3rd now, whereas Kronovi missed out on the last one, is definitely wanting a 2nd.
And to carry that over even more, they're ex-teammates as well. These guys went to that first land, played against each other, and then all of a sudden now these guys are having to play against each other as Sad Jr. has constantly gotten kicked from team after team, but has always been able to bounce back and make it to it. Can he do it again? I have no clue. But as for G2, can they actually hold on? They've been looking rough the past couple of weeks, but now's their chance to prove that they're back and ready to go.
Talk about persistence to Sad Jr. getting it back to this point once again on a completely different team. But the team he's up against is not one to be taken lightly. Game number 7, last land spot. G2 versus Denial, the Mountain or the Canadians. Who's going to take it? Well, we're going to find out now. Once again, they need your energy.
If they win, does that make them a Canadian Mountain?
I mean, I guess so. Or just Mountaineers. We'll give them that one.
Because you guys have your Mounties, which are like the police
Those are
people.
police.
Yeah.
Mountaineerinese. We'll make something up later. Right now.
As long as I keep wearing those funny suits, I'm good.
We have an intense match going on as Rizzo tries to take that one under. He does. Sad Jr. is able to get a connect to it. Left. Trying to drop it down. We've seen Left just going off in this series as he's helped bring his team to a game number 7. 40 seconds in. Neither one of these teams have scored yet. Shouldn't go both ways. Some early goals, some super late goals. Nothing can be expected between these two teams. Good passing plays there. on the defense. JNap's got it down to Kronovi. He'll finish that one off as did get pushed in by Corrupted. Or Lethamyr, sorry, onto the offense. Lethamyr sends that one flying, no follow-up. We'll give a chance for G2 to put one on target. JNap's does, Sad misreads that one. Almost a chance there for G2 to put a goal on net. Kronovi to Rizzo, intercepted by Leth. Off the backboard, JNap's had to get that touch, otherwise it would have been a goal. As you know, Denial's not going to miss an open net like that. Corrupted helping keep them on offense. There's Leth. He'll back off the backboard. He knows what Kronovi can do, and he doesn't want to get in the way with that. A miss from Sad. Sets Corrupted, the only defender left. That's a scary spot for Corrupted. Sideways, likely with minimal boost. As you see G2 offense coming towards you. Counterattack here for Denial. No goal out of it though. G2 doing a good job of making sure they get back on time. Any kind of offense they create, they are rotating back very quickly and stopping any chances from Denial as they try to move that one quickly down the field towards that blue end. Rizzo, 50-50. We'll go to the corner. No one in possession of this ball as JNap takes control. Kronovi sets this low, but Sad will set it just over his head. Ping pong across the midfield here. JNap's off the sideboard. Corrupted will miss that read off the backboard. Scary spot now. Sad does get a touch, but gives it to Rizzo. Rizzo with a missed shot off that top bar. JNap's and Kronovi will have to try again. Lethamyr, a nice high clear. We'll set it to Sad Jr. That's going to be just off the top bar, but Rizzo did get there in time. 2.5 minutes left, still scoreless. One goal at this point could spell a winner.
Well, you're talking about it. It's game number 7. Whoever wins this game is going to land. And for us to be halfway through this match, a little bit over now, and still no goal after the shots we've seen every game, the winner have at least 4. These guys reading each other, everybody having a setup after a play, trying to get cleared out. Someone just waiting to read it. As you see Rizzo playing that back down to JNap's shot, missing out. But the pressure stays on for G2.
Can you imagine the nerves of these players right now? One goal, giving it up could spell your demise. Corrupted might find the net, he does. Minute 49 left. Denial has the lead, but G2 is still not out of it. Lots of time for the comeback, but oh man, this is so nerve-wracking. For them, I imagine, even me, I'm like, what's gonna happen? G2 one goal away from being out of this.
Well, Corrupted G had to come up clutch for these guys to make playoffs. He's doing it again here. Wins that 50-50, immediately with zero hesitation goes up and takes another hit over the top of Kronovi, and then that placement just out of reach. 3 fantastic things in a row for him to go right to get that goal, but G2 working their way back downfield, shut down again by Corrupted G, and then a demo from Leth.
Leth is going all out right now. He knows coming to this final minute 30, the final minute especially, down a goal, G2 will put everything into it. He needs to get into their heads, and he's starting to do it early. 1 goal up now. Denial looking to take out G2. Almost another goal, a little bit wide there. JNap's will leave that for Kronovi. Will they have enough boost to set up a play? They need to look for each other. At midfield, Sad Jr. steals it away, but Rizzo tries to get a play started up. JNap's on offense. No finish from him here. Denial. Lethamyr will keep that one low. A demo, a shot towards the net, no one home. 2 goals into the lead with 1 minute remaining. G2 is in a bad spot.
That decision-making from Lethamyr with the help of his teammate. He's dribbling it while 2 defenders on Denial are having to rotate back with no boost. He lets the last man get demoed, and then the easiest goal he's gonna get this entire series.
1 minute remaining now for G2. The team that everyone was like, for sure they're gonna make it to land, might be knocked out. Denial, 2 goals up, are not giving up. They are not showing any signs of slowing down as they try to put another one on offense. Here's a chance though. 1 goal if they need it now with 30 seconds approaching. Kronovi sets that one to Rizzo. Everything will be going into this now. G2, it's do or die as they need to get a play started up, but they're not in the right spot to do that. Denial sends another one towards the net. Corrupted and Sad on the offense here. There's Leth with another touchdown! An incredible shot at that! With 16 seconds left, Denial extends their lead to 3 goals.
What a shot from Lethamyr upside down to get that angle to close this out from what it looks like. Is that the icing on the cake for Denial?
Don't want to call it early, but I'm thinking so. 16 seconds left. Has the mountain fallen apart? JNaps, Rizzo, Kronovi have 10 seconds to make magic happen. Otherwise, Denial will have the spot, and with 5 seconds left, I'm calling it now. Denial, oh Canada, is going to land.
For Denial to shut this team out in that last game after everything had been a battle back and forth, for them to come in and then do it with dominance. They just had an answer for everything G2 had. Denial barely making it into playoffs, able to come in and get that first win in a series that was basically pictured for them as the huge underdog. For them to come out and then win it in 7?
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
that's pretty much all you can say about it. I mean, again, a lot of people thought it was a guarantee for G2 to make it a LAN. They are done. They are out as Denial moves in and grabs that last North American LAN spot. They got to be happy about this one. Feels bad, man, to the two teams that weren't able to make it, but that's the way the cookie crumbles, or the mountain in this case. And Denial, congratulations. We have a lot more exciting matches to figure out our seeding moving on, so we're going to go back to the desk.